It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
And this is a uncorking. Sarah, something new here is on the table. What do we got?
We have Chattanooga 111 bourbon.
Cask 111 is the unfiltered, small batch expression of our signature Tennessee high malt recipe. Distilled from a single fermentation, each 6 to 10 barrel lot has been hand-selected to highlight the subtle nuances of the distillery's full-bodied and robust straight bourbon whiskey. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga choo-choo train. I always have to think of that every time. I know. I'm old.
Not Chris.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
But haven't had this one. Oh, I feel like we may have had it at like a festival or something. We haven't ever sat down and really dissected this one.
That's true. So you tell me that this one is a 4-grain.
That's what they say. Yes.
Which is interesting because it's not the 4-grain like you would think of a 4-grain. Like normally you would expect it to be 4 different grains. So it's 75% corn and 25% malted grains. So normally with a 4-grain, you've got 4 different grains. Mm-hmm. But within the malted category, you have malted rye and a couple different kinds of malted barley. Is that right?
Yeah, caramel malted barley.
That sounds delicious.
Honey malted barley.
Intriguing.
So it is just corn, rye, and malted barley.
Which is standard.
Standard, but 2 different types in that malted barley. They're
Is
calling it 4-grain. Hey, I'll go with it. What else?
There are 4 different grains.
There are 4 different grains. Pause for cork pop. Okay. So we'll get some in our glass.
I can already smell it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
That's 111 proof. It is cask strength. I would imagine.
Ooh, I like that.
Probably lower barrel entry proof, but I didn't see that anywhere. 6 to 10 barrels in a small batch, and each small batch represents a fermentation.
So before we started this episode, you said that you were not going to tell me the age statement, and I have not. I have actually not looked at the front of this bottle because he wanted my reaction on that. So you don't tell me either. Don't. I'm sure you know. We're gonna find out.
Let's go in.
What is that? Oh, I definitely get some like cola notes. Yeah, like a homemade cola or root beer or something like that.
I'm getting more root beer, maybe even rhubarb.
How is root beer and rhubarb close other than the way that they sound? What's a rhubarb?
You reckon the rain hurt the rhubarb?
What's a rhubarb?
Got her.
You can't tell us.
Yeah, definitely a sarsaparilla. There's a
sarsaparilla. That's what I meant.
There's a sassiness.
Sarsaparilla.
Sassafras.
That's what I meant.
It's gonna be my new explanation.
Exclamation?
Yeah.
Wow, we are straight.
Haven't
had a drop.
Not a bit today.
I'm really just getting that.
Ooh, yeah.
It's syrupy and
there's like
dense and sweet.
A big breath in, I'm getting a little mint. You know, but that's probably more like that sarsaparilla.
If I focus a lot, I can get some like allspice, but
yeah, but definitely, yeah, the cola.
That's what's
beer, yeah,
in the forefront. Maybe some vanilla.
Cheers to your health. Boo! That hits you right off the bat.
I would say it doesn't come across as syrupy on the palate as it does on the nose. I think it's really actually balanced by some nice dark wood tones.
Now you just wait till second sip Sarah comes in.
I was about to say I'm really about to do it right now.
But I mean, Chad's not ready yet because
while you speak,
sip Sarah, because it is a pretty long finish. I feel like the finish is still settling in to the chest. It's a nice Tennessee hug. I feel like it went straight finish though. I feel like the palate didn't really set with me very long, so I do need to go in for that. Second sip, Sarah.
Oh, I just got that wash of like warmth over me, and it kind of gave me the tinglies.
All right.
If you're into that.
Second sip, Chad.
Oh, don't try to make second sip Chad happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Chad.
Okay, as I'm letting this finish soak in, we'll hit pause to tell you about our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get our Glencairns, Copitas, rocks and water glasses, t-shirts, hats, new hat right here actually, hoodies, challenge coins, candles, and more. Yeah, hat, new shirt, available 2 different colors. That's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. You get special access to barrel picks, opportunities to participate in barrel picks, and exclusive after the episode content, and more.
Boom. All right.
I'm coming back to the nose, and I'm getting a little bit of that mintiness that you're talking about, but I'm also getting like candied or like caramelized pecans. You know, if you've ever been at the mall around the holidays and they have one of those pecan places somewhere in the mall, you can tell when you're getting within a mile of it because you're like, oh, I know that smell.
Yeah.
It kind of gives me a little bit of that.
Which way? It's that way. Now, what I would like you to tell me, Sarah, is how old you think this is.
Well, I feel like it's a trick question.
There's no age. It's not even here.
I was gonna say, I'm like now also getting like a touch of earthy note in the middle. You know, if we're talking about the viscosity, if we're talking about the flavors they were able to develop, the color that's going on here, there's like a little bit of, I wouldn't call it a burn, but a little lingering heat on the finish.
Just a little sharpness.
Which, again, I'm analyzing to get the age. What do I think it is based on everything I know about this? I think it's 6 years.
Okay.
What do I think it is
based
if it was a double blind?
Holding that information away from you?
On a double blind, I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I could see it being up to 8 years.
Oh, okay.
Again, like I said, just because the flavors that they were able to develop, the color, and so on and so forth. How old is it?
Under 3 years.
Wow.
They list it as at least 2. I mean,
what? No.
Well, under 3 would be at least 2.
I understand that, but like
at least 2, meaning it's not quite 3, or they would have said 3.
It's just sinking in.
Yeah. It is straight, so it has to be at least 2 years to have the straight caveat. But it is age stated because it's less than 4. Yeah, at least. Oh, they say, greater than 2 years.
Okay.
Greater than 2 years old.
Okay. Now that I know that, and I'm sipping it again, and I'm looking for those signs that it's.
If there's any youth.
So I definitely get.
Where's the youths?
A grain forwardness on the palate towards the back half, but it's so like syrupy and dark. It was kind of hiding in there, but now that I know what I'm looking for, I'm like, oh, there it is. And I think maybe I was like saying earthy, and the graininess kind of maybe falls in there.
Yeah.
And then that just like little bit of sharpness that you would expect from something more youthful,
right?
On the finish, on the back half. But I'm super impressed. If this is between 2 and 3 years old, like wild. How?
I don't know, Sarah.
I wanted to talk to you.
Well, it is barrel proof. That's helping them.
That's definitely helping.
There's no water added. It's also non-filtered, so they're not doing any type of chill filtration that would take out the rich fatty acids. So it's got
I do like
it's
that.
got a fairly oily, viscous mouthfeel.
I like that.
And that's helping its case too.
So
and then also these different barleys that are in there. It's just a little different experience for us. So it might just kind of be the right cocktail of things happening that really hides the age on this guy.
And at this age, we know that it's their distillate, right? Like
yes, they did contract distill for the first several years that they were around, but since 2015, I believe, they have been distilling. So they could have an older spirit, and maybe they plan on doing that. But for this one, I think they're like, well, it's tasting great and probably selling great at 2 years, so why, fix it if it ain't broke?
Sure.
Type of situation.
Sure. I think my original 6-year guess was a good guess.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a fine guess.
Oh, well, because it's wrong, so he thinks it's just fine.
No,
fine,
she's a fine ship, Ari. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, pirate fine.
Yeah, fine.
Gotcha.
Pirate fine. Sorry.
Pirate fine. Not the same
Sorry,
as regular.
I didn't use my
When
accent.
you say, is everything okay? And I say, yeah, I'm fine. It doesn't mean the same thing.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Chad's like, oh, she must mean pirate fine.
Oh, she's pirate fine. She's seaworthy.
It's not fine.
Oh, no. No, there is a definite sort of heat, tongue punch that sticks around, but I'm sort of akinning that to with these cola notes, root beer notes, like a carbonation, how that kind of goes over your tongue, and I'm not tying it to a youth or anything, because I do think you get some barrel notes in here. You get a syrupiness.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of bitter dark chocolate towards the finish.
I do see that.
So yeah, there is some prickliness or kind of sharpness, but it doesn't really make me think, oh, this is too young. I think.
No, I'm very impressed by what they did. It says right here, Grant McCracken, head distiller. Grant, good job.
way to release the McCracken. I release the McCracken.
Wow, he's really into the sea things today. Jeez. All right, I think that means we need to wrap it up here.
Well, not yet, Sarah, because we haven't done recommend or not.
I know.
$45 MSRP for a 111 proof, cask strength. Age notwithstanding, age is not everything. If it tastes like a 6-year or a 6 to 8 year, then hey, what does it even matter? What say ye?
What say
ye?
I think this is a lot of fun. I like it. I'm gonna give it a yay.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I think it's different because of that mash bill. Whether you call it a 3 or a 4 grain doesn't matter. It's definitely bringing something different than the other bourbons that are in typical rotation. So I give it an aye.
An aye.
An aye. Yeah.
I am excited to see as they continue to age and mature stuff, what that tastes like. If we're here at 2 to 3 years, I'm very excited about that.
For sure. All right, hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos right down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Until next time, drink more bourbon.